Ladies, gentlemen, undecided, I am back and uploading again. Sorry for the long downtime. It was actually university that had me, too much work, and in my free time I really didn't feel like playing Pokemon. I had other things to do. But it's summer now and I should be uploading hopefully a couple times a week. So I hope you enjoy it. Here we go. I lead with my Nidoking against the Swampert. I don't want to take the ground or water attack. So I go into my Mew. I was actually hoping here that he would stay in, so I could transform into him and set up my own Stealth Rocks. But he goes on into his Starmie, which is still okay for me because now I see that he's a trick set. I'm working with Scarf, that's what I assume. So I'm thinking that he's going to lock himself into the Thunderbolt, which I saw, so I went into my Nidoking. That worked out, as you see. I go for my Earth Power, knowing that he's going to switch into something. And it does a ton against this Swampert. This is Modest, Life Orb, Share Force, Nidoking. He goes into his Gliscor here to take the next Earth Power. And, right, I think now that he actually thought I was Spexed, or Scarfed, because he goes for the Toxic here. That could have been an extremely good prediction, but if he thought that I was Life Orb, he might have, I don't know. It was probably he thought that I was Choiced. But I was Life Orb, so I could have gone for an Ice Beam just now and killed him off. Instead he got my Latios. I just went for the Thunderbolt predicting the switch, but he protected to see what I was going to do. Good play on his part. I'm not going to go for the Thunderbolt again like he was hoping I would. Instead I go for the Dragon Pulse and take out the Swampert. So the Swampert's gone, Gliscor's still running around. Gliscor's going to be trouble later. He goes into his Starmie now. Really and truly I should have switched out. I shouldn't have let my Latios go down like this. It could have been helpful later on. I had Ember on my team and this Huntail that could have taken that predicted Ice Beam. Or I should have predicted it at the time. And now I go into it knowing that he's locked in and go for my Shell Smash. I still haven't updated my translation thing, I'm too lazy. But I go for the Shell Smash, he goes into this Jirachi. Now I'm looking at maybe Thunderbolt or Thunder Punch. That's what I was predicting here. So I'm going to pass out into my Nidoking to take the electric attack. But instead he reveals that he's one of these guys. That, you know, Body Slam, Para, Iron Head, flinching garbage. So he goes for that. And I'm really pissed right now because my Nidoking could probably sweep through half of his team, if not the whole thing. Luckily I get past the Para and the flinch in that second one. And I can take out his Jirachi with the Flamethrower. So yeah, the Jirachi worked for him to stop my Nidoking from going on a rampage. He goes for the Earthquake here, I can't do anything about it. Nidoking is done. Now I go into my Huntail. I make a bad mistake here. I'm predicting him to switch into his Starmie, because it would still outspeed me even after a Shell Break. So I go straight for the Baton Pass, because I was going to pass into a counter to Starmie on his switch. But instead he goes for the Toxic. And I go into my Mew, so that's a horrible situation for me. I would have preferred to be in my Huntail. So now I'm actually going to switch back, predicting the second Toxic. And predicting the Earthquake now, which I know I can take. So that was a real travesty of a play. I mean, I caused myself a lot of problems there, when I could have had this thing taken out ages ago, really. I could have taken out my Nidoking if I had stayed in. Although, really, that would have been too dangerous a bargain. But anyway, yeah, my Huntail's in bad situation. He goes into a Garchomp. It's looking like I'm going to get swept, actually. Because I'm assuming he has a Yache Berry. He wouldn't just go in and set up like that if he didn't. So, yeah, this happens. And I get the freeze. And I was very happy about that, of course. I don't feel bad at all because he was running a freaking Haxie Jirachi. Even more Haxie than normal Jirachis. So I go into this thing that can take it out with a superpower. And that's the end of that. Suck it, Garchomp. Right, now he goes into... Where's he go? What happens? He goes into his Starmie. And I was terrified here of the trick. I guess I really thought that he might trick, predicting the switch. And so I lose my Nidoking, which could have really helped me later on. So that was bad for me. And I go into my... this guy. I'm going for the bulk up, knowing that I'm full special defense bulky, so I can bulk up here pretty safely. I have shed skin, so I'm not even too afraid of the burn. But he switches out into his scissor, and I'm thinking that he's gonna, as I go for the crunch on his Starmie, I'm thinking that he's gonna go for the superpower, which scissors used to run a lot in 4th gen, probably still do. I haven't seen many scissors, but I haven't battled in a long time. So I don't want to take that superpower. I need that guy for Starmie. So I get out of there going to my Mew, thinking that I'll transform into it and mess stuff up. But he doesn't want that to happen, as you'll see soon, and he withdraws and goes into Starmie. I do go for my transform, and I have more HP than the regular Starmie does, so I think I can live with Thunderbolt, and therefore I stay in. So I take that, hit him with that, but he survives too. And right now, I probably should have switched into Zuruzuke to take that, because it could have very easily. I would have to think about that more if Mew could have been really helpful. It probably could have been. I shouldn't let Pokemon go down like that, if there's one thing I've learned from playing this game this many years. So I go into my Zukin again, start bulking up. He goes into this thing. And now I just go for the Drain Punch, as he starts to hang up Swords Dances. I'm looking at that damage. I should have probably gone for another bulk up to try to survive with Sit, since it doesn't have superpower. But I just keep going for Drain Punches, hoping for a crit actually, pretty much. But he goes for the Bug Bite here and he gets a crit, so that's the end of that. So that was a good game. Please leave comments. See you later.